This is Salesforce on the monthly chart, and since the December lows, it has been in a nice uptrend. When I scroll down to the weekly chart, the momentum continues to be higher. However, price did recently break and close below the monthly uptrend line. But the question is really, is this just a pullback before the continuation higher? I do have a target at 250. But before we continue with the analysis, let's highlight some of the items discussed on the earnings call. They did report their second quarter earnings this past week. And let's get started. The CEO says, we are very thirsty to make sure that Salesforce is the number one AI CRM, and we have done a lot organically to do that in the last 6 months. Against relatively low expectations, 2Q results were solid with CRM delivering healthy upside to top and especially bottom line performance, even after adjusting for favorable FX, meaning the currency exchange rate. The results were mainly driven by improved execution as opposed to an improvement in the macro. Business momentum, by our measurement, which we acknowledge is sometimes more art than science, deteriorated in fiscal second quarter. On a 2-year stack basis, guidance implies things will get better, despite no clear indication of that happening. While Salesforce is clearly not baking in a meaningful AI benefit to the fiscal year 24 results, we continue to view the company as a likely AI beneficiary, considering the depth of customer data the platform possesses and its emphasis on AI trust. So how were the results for Q2? Let's check it out.
Revenue and EPS beating on here, so a beat on both the top and bottom lines. Their guidance also coming in better than expected for the third quarter. They also raised their full year outlook for sales and earnings. So Salesforce seeing third quarter sales of $8.7 billion to $8.72 billion. Estimate there was for $8.66 billion. When you take a look at what they're expecting for the full year, they raised their full year sales outlook $34.7 billion to $34.8 billion. Also, they raised their full year earnings outlook as well. The company also raising its full year operating margin. There's a theme here. Raising the full year operating margin view to about 30%. That's up from 28%. And again, second quarter results, second quarter adjusted EPS $2.12. The estimate was for $1.90 a share. Revenue of $8.60 billion. The estimate was for $8.53 billion. So again, here a beat on both the top and bottom line for its most recent quarter. The company raising its expectations for the third quarter, also raising its expectations for the full year. And Akiko, no surprise, we're seeing shares up just about 5.5%.
Yeah, this is certainly a very positive report. When you consider the chatter around the cloud space for some time, in a lot of these earnings calls that we've gotten, we've heard about the pullback that we're seeing, especially in enterprise in terms of tech investment or IT investment, I should say. And that's been led to concerns about what's happening in the cloud space. But this certainly seems to point to some positive outlook here, at least for Salesforce. Also looking here, Shauna, cash flow, cash generated up 142% year on year there too. So we'll see. We'll be listening to that earnings call as well. But at least for right now, we're seeing that stock up more than 5% right now.
So once again, the question is this a pullback before a continuation higher, meaning the next impulse move higher to 250, or will we see price start breaking down because of the close below the monthly uptrend line? To get some clues, let's go down to the daily chart. and it's tough to get clues on the daily chart, with the exception of, and it's not the prettiest, but you had a rally out, some basing candles and rally out. Price was range bound until price dipped, only to go higher. So this would have been a daily buys level. Again, not the best structure, no volume, but it worked. So it gives us a clue in that the potential floor right now is this $200, which is a round hole psychological number, which also was previous resistance, right? Now, the unfortunate part is price gapped higher only to close lower the day. And then price gaps higher on Friday only to close lower for the day. So this implies to me that the momentum to the other side is waning. In addition, price gapped higher where that monthly uptrend line served as resistance. So I'm anticipating price filling a gap at least before pushing higher. If we get closes below $200, then this is the line in the sand, and we could see price continue to move lower to the 185 level, where price would be met with the 200-day moving average. So right now, no setup, just waiting for price to action to tell us what direction it wants to go into next. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, please like the video.